Hi everybody. So this is the first part of the tutorial where we'll be looking at putting together your digital PDF portfolio, which we will do in InDesign. But this first part is in Photoshop, because what we're doing here is we're looking at taking images and reducing the size and the resolution so they're suitable for use. Now, we can do this in InDesign, but I think it's a good habit to get into, to do it in Photoshop so that we understand what's actually happening. So we're going to do it this way. I have two images here that I'm going to use. This one, the first one, is a photograph, and it's a photograph of a worksheet. It's likely that you're going to want to include worksheets or research paperwork, and a good quality photograph is easier to get than a scan and absolutely adequate. The second image we have here is a large layered Photoshop document, so you're going to be trying to include final work, so we can look at here how do we reduce the size of that to a suitable size. So we'll begin with this photograph of the worksheet. So at the minute, if we look down here, we can see this is 57.7 megabytes. It's quite a large image, certainly larger than we need. So we're going to go to image and size, and we're going to look at reducing that. So bear with me a second, I'll just put that back to automatic. You don't need to worry about that part. So the first we want to alter is the resolution. The resolution is currently set to 72 dpi, which we all know is screen resolution. For this PDF, I want you to work at 150 dpi. It's not quite print resolution, but it's larger than screen resolution. And what that means is, should we or the external examiner want to look at any of your work in closer detail, that resolution is going to support that. We're going to be able to look a bit closer without things getting really pixelated. So we're going to change that to 150 dots per inch. Now just make sure that's an inch and not centimetres. The second thing we want to change is the physical dimensions, which is currently 182.8 centimetres wide by 137 centimetres tall, far too big. Your portfolio is going to be still A3, and it's going to be at landscape resolution. And the reason landscape orientation, is because your screen is landscape, and these things are going to be viewed on screen. So A3 landscape is 420 millimeters wide by 297 millimeters tall. So let's just change that height to 30 centimeters. So that's now approximately A3. And already 12 megabytes down from 58, so a considerable change, so we OK that. Now I'm going to check that it's RGB. It says so here, so it's RGB, which is what we want, not CMYK, because we're going to be viewing this on screen, and a CMYK file would just be a larger file. So we're going to go File, and we're going to Save As, and we're going to select JPEG. Now I'm going to save this on my desktop, and I'm going to create a folder, Portfolio Images, create. And within that Portfolio Images, I'm going to create a subfolder called Project 1, not 2, 1. And I'm going to save that image in there. I'm going to keep it at full quality, 12 maximum for a JPEG, and OK that. So that's that one done. Now what we're going to look at is this large scale layered Photoshop document. As you can see, it's got several layers. It's a very large image, almost 700 megabytes, far too big for our needs. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten that layer and flatten. Discard hidden layers, yes please. And now I'm going to go to image size, and it's the exact same steps again. I'm going to change the resolution to 150 pixels per inch, remember inches not centimetres, and I'm going to reduce the size of it dimensionally so it fits within a landscape A3. So that's a much smaller image. It's RGB already, we don't have to change that, and I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to change that to JPEG. I'm going to go to my folder, Portfolio Images, and I'm going to put that in Project 1, and I'm going to save it there. Now I really recommend that you create folders and subdivide your projects, keep them separate from one another. It just makes life so much easier in the long run when you start to put this thing together. But that is our 2 images saved. There and there, 3.2 megabytes and 1.7. Perfect.